We're live at Concerts on the Square. It is a beautiful night to enjoy some classical music. What to expect once the music starts and wraps up in the forecast.
Plus, the National Weather Service gives an update on the number of tornadoes that touched down in Wisconsin, how one of them hit close to home for one of News 3's meteorologists.
And later, the Wisconsin Elections Commission makes a decision on whether a former Madison city clerk broke any laws over those uncounted ballots. And we welcome you to News 3 Now at 6. Concerts on the Square is back on tonight after all that severe weather and the postponement that happened yesterday.
But the concert will take place at the same time as usual tonight, 7 o'clock. And for more on that, let's head out live to the Capitol Square. We have Jalen Banks and meteorologist Blaze Keller. They've been standing by for a couple of hours now, and it's probably pretty crowded, but gorgeous night.
Sarah and Eric, yes, to both. It is a gorgeous night, and it's starting to get crowded as we're about an hour until the music starts playing, which is, of course, Mozart and Mahler. It's going to be a great night. Jalen, we've been here for a couple of hours. The food trucks, we've had some nice food from Monsoon, Siam.
Yeah, I had to clean up right before we came on to make sure I didn't have any soy sauce or anything on my mouth. But you know,
those are some good dumplings.
Man, I may have to go back once we get done here.
Yeah.
But we've been here since about, what, 3:30?
Yeah.
And things have really picked up over the past, hour or so. And we had talked about this earlier. If there was a night to come out to Concerts on the Square, tonight is the night.
Low humidity, a light northerly wind. The sun is beginning to set behind the Capitol building, so it's just that very nice, comfortable temperature, a light northerly wind, and a perfect night to enjoy some classical music. Currently in Madison, it's 69 degrees with a light northeasterly wind. As I mentioned, if we look at the temperatures around Dane County, very similar, upper 60s to low 70s. And as we look ahead for what we can expect for the rest of Concerts on the Square, again, that music begins at 7 o'clock, less than an hour. You've still got time to come down and get a nice spot out on the grass. Upper 60s to low 70s. Bring the jacket because we're going to be ending in those mid 60s with low to mid 50s tonight. Give the AC a break. Jalen, it's, as you said, it's a perfect night. We're getting ready for some great music. Some local artists are going to be playing some of that music, and I don't think we could have asked for a better evening.
I mean, how many times have you worn a quarter zip in the middle of July in your life? Probably once.
Today.
Tonight. Yeah.
Probably today.
which just goes to show you just how comfortable it is out here. Now, coming up later in the show, we're going to have principal flutist and soloist Brandon LePage joining us. He's going to be in tonight's show, and he plays a pretty special part. So we'll have him later on, and Blaze and I'll get to interview him, and just to get exactly what his role is going to be tonight. And
it's going to be a good interview.
Definitely going to be a good night for him and a good interview for sure. But we're going to send it back to you guys in studio.
Sounds great. Thank you, guys. One of yesterday's tornadoes, the one in Dodgeville, literally hit close to home for our first warn weather team.
Yeah, Blaze, who we just heard from, he had to cover that tornado, the same twister that affected his family. Then he went back home to check in. Our Armand Rama has more.
If you need a visual of just how strong 95-mile-per-hour wind gusts are, take a look at this EF1 tornado in Dodgeville, literally bending this tree in half and also blowing right past the home of one of News 3 Now's own meteorologist family.
The National Weather Service was kind of intrigued by this one, but some of them are just like whipped off at the top, like you could see that where the spirally winds came and just snapped them off.
Damage from those winds is what Deborah Keller and Roger Irvin will be cleaning up the next several days. Winds they knew to seek shelter from.
I appreciate Blaze warning us.
But not in the way other viewers would expect.
Funnel cloud, County Road YZ, so that would be right where we're looking at. So I'm going to text my mom and let her know.
Yep. And once he warned, I took heed and we went downstairs.
Meteorologists like Blaze Keller warn viewers every day of potential dangerous weather, but this time...
That was, kind of my worst fear coming to life on air. Yeah, sorry, it's kind of just... It's just something that I didn't think I would have to do, did not want to ever have to do, and I hope I never have to do it again.
Blaze says it got serious when he saw reds and greens on the wind tracker, a rotation couplet right over where his mom lives.
I'm not there. I don't know if it's on the ground or not. So I needed to call her to make sure she was okay.
So Alex took over and he got on the phone.
She was like, Blaze, we're in the basement. We're watching you and Alex right now. You got to get back on TV. And I said, I know. I just need to make sure that you're okay. And she said, yes, we're fine. Get back on TV.
I knew he had a lot more people to warn. You know, I was warned.
Deborah says the high winds just missed her goats and chickens.
The wind, it was just like the wind came in whoosh. Then we walked down our driveway and it was like, oh my goodness.
But both are thankful it was just trees they're now picking up. And Blaze says this is why he does what he does.
Because this time it was my family and several other communities across southern Wisconsin. It could be somebody else's family.
Reporting in Dodgeville, Armand Rahman, News 3 Now.
We really appreciate Blaze being able to keep his focus and serving all of you while handling that as well. Track the forecast for yourself, of course, folks. First Warn Weather app, hourly planners, road conditions, and radar. You can download it for free in your phone's app store. Just search WISC Weather. Now to an update on a Dodgeville woman who went missing earlier in the week. Law enforcement now confirm her body was found in the backseat of a vehicle in Nebraska yesterday. Dorinda Segebrecht had last been seen Tuesday. Later that day, her vehicle was spotted in Illinois. Then a Nebraska State Patrol trooper spotted her vehicle in Lincoln yesterday morning. However, Segebrecht was not the driver, but instead police say it was 23-year-old Gavin Thompson of Dodgeville. Thompson led law enforcement on a chase that ended with him crashing into a creek. Segebrecht was found dead in the back seat of the vehicle. Thompson now in custody facing several charges, including first-degree intentional homicide.
An animal neglect investigation is underway now on Madison's southwest side. Early this afternoon, police executed a search warrant on Gilbert Road after a dog was found dead on that property. News 3 Now spoke with a neighbor saying she saw 14 other dogs being taken out of that home alive.
We've reported many times about this house and dog fights and just a lot of different things going on where it's been reported before to police and animal control. And they honestly told us that they couldn't really do anything unless there was a body. So now there's a body.
Police say there is no known safety concern for the community at large. We now know the identity of the pedestrian who died following a crash in Beloit on Monday. Officials confirm 70-year-old Terrence Robinson's died on July 15th from injuries suffered in that crash. It happened at the intersection of Prairie Avenue and Inman Parkway. A 43-year-old Janesville man hit Robinson with his vehicle, and this one remains under investigation.
Over in Waukesha, a judge is approving a release plan for the woman who stabbed a classmate to please the fictional character Slender Man. Morgan Geyser will be released from the Winnebago Mental Health Institute after spending the last 7 years there. She'll move into a group home outside the Waukesha or Milwaukee area. Next at 6, continuing coverage of the investigation into Madison's missing November ballots.
Our Elia Liberté has been following this story for us and breaks down what the action that the Wisconsin Election Commission took today.
Eric, Sarah, the Elections Commission voted 5-1 today to accept a report that former Madison clerk broke 5 election laws. Last November, 193 absentee ballots went uncounted in 3 different wards, causing investigations from both the Wisconsin Elections Commission and the city of Madison. It also led to the former clerk, Mary Beth Witzel, bail to step down. In a 400-page report released last week, commissioners conclude that Witzel bail failed to implement procedures to manage the election and absentee ballots. The investigation also concluded that the 2 bags of uncounted absentee ballots likely never even made it to the poll sites. However, it did not recommend that criminal charges should be brought up, instead saying this investigation is meant to find out what happened and make sure it never happens again.
We had 193 people whose votes weren't counted, and I think we both felt strongly as we went through this that these are mistakes that could have been avoided, and it was more than just simple oversight.
The commission also voted unanimously to give the city until August 7th to respond. They'll then vote a week later on whether additional steps need to be taken. Madison has already implemented a number of changes to prevent similar situations in the future. That includes communication and how the clerk's office tracks absentee ballots. Now, those 193 votes were not enough to sway the outcome of any race back in November.
Okay, thank you, Ellie. Coming up next on News 3 Now at 6, the Goodman Pool officially enforces a new age restriction.
Plus, back to school season already is right around the corner. Why health experts say now is the time to get those back to school immunizations.
You're watching News 3 Now at 6.
Welcome back. The Goodman Pool's new age restriction is now in effect. Starting today, all children between the ages of 11 and 15 will need to have an adult with them at the pool. A representative of Goodman Pool tells News 3 Now the decision was in part made due to bad behavior from kids. This rule will remain in place until further notice.
Well, right now, people are enjoying their summer, but before you know it, school will be back in session, and health experts say now's the time to make sure your student's health is protected. They say it takes a couple of weeks for children to build up immunity after getting those shots, developing it before school starts, and it reduces the risk of the child contracting preventable diseases during the school year.
A very large majority of physicians and scientists still stand very firmly behind our traditional vaccines and our seasonal vaccines. It's the best way to keep kids safe and healthy throughout the school year.
And some of those vaccines include tetanus, chickenpox, polio, whooping cough, and measles. Summer is a great time to do your back-to-school physicals as well before your child starts playing sports. Still ahead, concerts on the square back for yet another performance.
When we come back, we'll head back out to live downtown Madison to learn more about tonight's show and the performers.
And how's the weather looking? Not just for tonight, but for the rest of the week. A complete look at your forecast after a short break.
You're watching News 3 Now at 6.
The Dane County Fair is now underway at Alliant Energy Center. Today is Hometown Hero Day, and that means military and first responders get in for free. Meanwhile, admission for those 12 years and older is $15, $10 for those 6 through 11, and for kids 5 and under, admission is free. Also happening tonight, concerts on the square, a little more than a half hour away.
It's getting close. This week's concert is Mozart and Mahler. For more, let's head out live to Jalen Banks at the Capitol. Oh, and you're there with Blaze as well.
Yes. Good evening, Sarah and Eric. As you just mentioned, I'm downtown at Concerts on the Square with my weekend partner, Blaze Keller. It has been an absolutely beautiful night so far here at Concerts on the Square. Light breeze, really nice out, but joining us right now is Principal Flute of the Wisconsin Chamber Orchestra, Brandon LePage. Brandon, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
How you feeling?
I'm feeling amazing.
Okay.
Yeah, the weather is going to be perfect for this.
Also, please step to the side so we can see your outfit that everyone is going to see.
Yeah.
Dressed to the nines on this beautiful evening.
Yes.
Your parents are here to see you play. What can concert goers expect this evening from you?
From me, they can expect a lot of vibrancy. The piece that I'm playing is very upbeat.
Okay.
It's got a lot of extended techniques. There's a little bit of beatboxing inside of it as well. So,
oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's going to be a really cool piece of music. I'm very excited.
Go ahead.
Is this the one you commissioned, or is this a different piece?
Yeah, so I'm
And tell
talking
us
about the
that.
concerto that I'll be playing. So the solo I'll be playing in front of the orchestra. I helped commission this piece. So what that means is a good friend of mine, Brian Dunbar, started a commission for this piece, and I paid in at a certain level so that my name is on it, and I have partial ownership over the piece, basically, by a composer named Carlos Simon, who is an exceptional American composer who is really shooting up in stardom right now.
So it's going to be a great night all around. Weather's looking great, if I don't say so myself. You're obviously dressed great. You're going to play great.
you.
Your parents are here. It's a great night.
Yeah.
Good.
So tell us about Mozart and Mahler. You know, what are some of the things that people should probably look out for as far as like what they're listening?
Oh yeah, so for Mozart, you're gonna hear a lot of levity and a lot of lightness. It tends to be a thinner texture, and the orchestra really sparkles. Mozart's gonna be a little more dense and strings only with harp, so no winds, no brass in that. And it's very romantic and exceptional in the density of the music. I know I said density already, but that's the word for it.
I love the passion in the way that you describe the music.
Thank
I
you.
haven't heard music described that way. I love it.
Just in how he described it, and also the fit, we can just tell.
Oh, it's going to be a good night.
Tonight's going to be a night
It's
for
going to be a
Brandon.
good night, folks. You got 30 minutes to get down here and enjoy this evening. Enjoy Brandon. Enjoy the harp. Enjoy Mozart. Enjoy Mahler. But for now, we're going to send it back to you guys in the studio.
All right, just a few more minutes. Enjoy everything. Thanks, guys. It should be a beautiful night, as you mentioned, for a concert on the square. We have Alex with the complete forecast now.
And you take note, Blaze had a long sleeve shirt on. Yesterday we were saying you might want to have a long sleeve shirt on. If you're leaving right now, carry that jacket. You might even need a blanket on top of the blanket because it's going to be temperatures dipping down into the 50s after concerts on the square tonight. The concert's temperatures will be right around that 65 to 70 degree range, and the winds are lightening up as well. But yeah, kind of a chilly night tonight. Give the AC a break. You could give the AC a break as we go on into Friday. Highs right around 75 in Baraboo, 73 in Camp Douglas. Average high temperature, that's about 10 degrees below normal. We'll do 77 to 78 here in Madison, and 76 our friends to the southeast in Janesville. So very nice day. It's all part of the 3 things you need to know. Cooler tonight, a nice day on Friday, and then the humidity and the storm chances will return. Let's get into those changes in the forecast. Starting off with the muggy meter, comfy tonight, comfy for a good portion of the day on Friday. Then watch the yellow line go all the way up to very humid by the afternoon or late morning to early afternoon hours of Saturday. That's with the weather system that's going to bring scattered showers and thunderstorms. Then it dips again, meaning we go comfy on Sunday and then back up to the very humid to the oppressive range as we go out into next week. More on that in just a moment. Here's a glimpse of that line of showers and thunderstorms reaching into southern Wisconsin about 4 to 6 a.m. Saturday morning. Then as we move forward in time, those line of storms gets right down to Madison right around 6 o'clock. Then it's off to the south and to the east around 9 o'clock on Saturday. If we have all those clouds and showers, the redevelopment in the afternoon on Saturday may not take place at all, but we'll keep a close eye on that. It's that timing of the front coming through right around 3 o'clock, and I think most of the storms, if they do pop back up, are going to pop up south and east of the area. Here's some good news. We showed this during our 5 o'clock newscast, and I'm going to build on this. Drought conditions now pushing south into northern Illinois, so this is an improvement, especially for counties like Rock County, where you have had abnormally dry to moderate drought conditions for months, and plenty of rain in the forecast Friday into Saturday. Then look next Tuesday and Wednesday night, scattered thunderstorms, and that's a hint of things to come. Scattered thunderstorms really pretty much every night next week, with an active weather pattern that all hinges on a ridge, a big area of warm bubble over the center part of the country. We're north of that warm bubble, or the center of it. That means higher than normal chances for precipitation. And this is just one glimpse taking us out the next 10 days. Widespread amounts of 1, 2, 3, maybe 3+ inches of rainfall in the upper Midwest, including southern Wisconsin. So that's an active period, and it could also be with a little bit of severe weather too periodically next week.
I'm keeping you busy for the second half of July.
That's right.
Right, thanks,
keeping
Alex.
the busy stuff going.
Thanks, Alex. Well, we know no Badger sports teams are in action right now, but they are working, man. They're busy year-round these days.
Even if it's just behind the scenes. And speaking of that, still to come in sports, it may feel like March Madness just ended, but the Badgers are already back in the gym. Hear from the team's new group of leaders that don't feel so old. Next on News 3 Now. For the first time in a long time, Wisconsin men's basketball invited media out to watch a summer practice today. And what jumped out right away is that the old guard of guys is gone. Guys like John Blackwell, Nolan Winter, and Jack Janicki are officially the veterans. It's only Jack's second season playing for the Badgers and his third year with the team. But in today's college landscape, that is a lifetime, a life that Greg Gard is happy to live.
I called my mom the other day and I felt like I've been here for 5 years just because no one's been here that long. I know what to expect here and I know how to veer guys in the right direction. You know, I'm starting to feel like a little bit of an old head, but I'm not even 21 yet.
We've had so many of those guys over the years, you know, Gosser, Showalter, that have done little things that impact winning that are really, really important. And Jack's another one of those guys that has those type of traits, just understands what it takes to win.
And the dreams of T.J. Watt coming to Green Bay are gone, at least for now. After sitting out of team workouts, the Steelers found common ground with the Badger great, giving him a 3-year, $123 million contract extension, making him the highest paid non-quarterback in NFL history. A few days before the Northwoods League Home Run Challenge, Nightmare star Emma Cavanaugh told me she wasn't losing any sleep over the event. Her only concern was having a good pitcher. So you can understand my confusion when I got there on Tuesday and saw her dad pitching to her. Emma had a monstrous performance, nailing 9 home runs and finishing as the runner-up. But as it turns out, she found out that the day of, she got to pick her pitcher, and the experience that her and her dad had was better than first place.
I actually got to pick. I got the text saying we were allowed to pick, and I was like, oh, you got to come to the game then, Dad, because I don't think I'd want anybody else but him. It's been 15 years of his front toss, so it was great. I felt like that's exactly what I needed.
I've sat and watched her do amazing things. It's been a treat to watch her whole life growing up and the rest of my kids, but to be part of it's amazing, and Madison's been awesome supporting all the teams, so it's been a special experience.
Dads always know how to throw those perfect, perfect hittable pitches. Tonight at 10, as those fires continue to burn out in the Grand Canyon, one Mount Horeb family will tell us their story of being airlifted out of the Grand Canyon on their family vacation. We'll bring their story and much more. Again, that's tonight after CBS Primetime on News 3 Now at 10. Thanks for watching us at 6. Coming up next is Entertainment Tonight.
Our next newscast is coming up at 10. You can always find us streaming 24/7 on Channel 3000+. We'll see you at 10.